Hi everyone, today we'll solve the questions in the past paper IGCSE Mathematics 0580 in May-June 2023, and this is question paper 42. Question 1. The diagram shows an isosceles triangle with the base extended. Find the value of x. So first of all, we see an isosceles triangle, which means these two right angles are also equal. So to find the value of the right angle, we will subtract 42 from 180. And this is the sum of the two base angles. And then we divide it by 2 because those two base angles are equal. So this one is equal to 138 divided by 2, which is 69 degrees. And then to find the value of x is the blue angle. You see that the red and the blue angles add up to 180 because they are the angles on a straight line. So to find the value of x, we'll subtract 69 from 180. And the answer is gonna be 111 degrees. So x is equal to 111. B. The diagram shows three lines meeting at a point. The ratio of A to B to C is 3 to 4 to 5. A is 3 units, B is 4 units, and C is 5 units. So we need to find the value of C. First of all, we know that the sum of the angles around a point is 360 degrees. So we can add up 3, 4, and 5 together, and this will be 12 units. These 12 units is corresponding to 360 degrees because this is the sum of the three angles around a point. And then we want to find the value of C. C is corresponding to 5 units, and we want to know the value of C. So to do that, we will divide 360 by 12 to find the value of 1 unit. And then we multiply that value by 5 units. So the answer is 150. Then C is equal to 150 degrees. C. A regular pentagon. Pentagon means there are 5 equal sides. Has an exterior angle D. And then a regular hexagon has an interior angle H. Then we find the fraction D over H. Give your answer in simplest form. First, you know that in a regular pentagon, the sum of only exterior angles is 360 degrees. So, to find the value of one exterior angle, we will divide 360 by the number of sides. In this case, the pentagon has 5 equal sides, so we divide 360 by 5, and that is 72 degrees. Then, in a regular hexagon, you know that the sum of all the interior angles of regular hexagon is n minus 2 in brackets. Then we multiply this one by 180. This is the sum of all the interior angles in a hexagon. And because this is a regular hexagon, all the angles are equal. Then we divide it by 6 to find the value of one interior angle. And that is the value of H. N is 6 because there are 6 sides in a hexagon. Multiply by 180. Then we divide it by 6. And this is 120. Then D over H is 72 over 120, and this can be simplified to 3/5. So the answer is 3/5. Question D. Show that PQRS is a cyclic quadrilateral. First of all, we see that PQRS is a quadrilateral. So the sum of all the angles should be 360 degrees. So I'll write angle S plus angle R plus angle Q plus angle P is equal to 360 degrees, just because it is a quadrilateral. And now, x plus 3x is 5x, 5x plus 2x is 7x, and 20 minus 40 is negative 20. Negative 20 minus 5 means negative 25. Then we'll write equal 360 degrees again. To find 7x, we will add 25 to both sides. And it is equal to 385. Then to find the value of x, we divide both sides by 7. 385 divided by 7 is equal to 55. So x is 55. And then let's check the angle S. S is x, so S is 55 degrees. R is x plus 20, which is 55 plus 20 equals 75. And then 3x minus 40, which is 3 times 55 minus 40 equals 125 degrees. And then 2x minus 5 means 2 times 55 equals 110. 110 minus 5 is 105 degrees. So now we check the angle S plus the angle Q is 55 plus 125 equals 180 degrees. And then the angle R plus the angle P is 75 plus 105 is also 180 degrees. So we see that the sum of the opposite angles is always 180 degrees. This means it is a cyclic quadrilateral. Remember, the sum of the opposite angles in a quadrilateral is equal to 180. Then it is a cyclic quadrilateral. E. The diagram shows a circle of radius 9 cm, center O. The minor sector AOB, the minor sector, this one, with a sector angle 50 degrees, is removed from the circle. Calculate the length of the major arc AB, which means we want to find the length of this. This is the major arc AB. First of all, we know that the sum of the angles around the center is 360 degrees. So we can find the value of this red angle by subtracting 50 from 360, and that is 310 degrees. 310 degrees. Then to find the length of the major arc AB, we use the formula theta over 360 multiplied by 2 pi r. In this case, the theta is 310 degrees over 360 multiplied by 2 pi, and the radius is 9. So this one is equal to 48.7 centimeters. And be careful, if the question asks you to find the perimeter of the whole thing, then you also need to add the length of OA and OB. Question 2. A. Annual changes $830 into euros. when the exchange rate is €1 equals $1.16. He spends €500. Then he changes the remaining money back into dollars at the same exchange rate. Work out how much in dollars and he receives. So first, we want to convert $830 into euros. Then we need to divide 830 by 1.16 to get the number of euros. And then he spent €500. So this is the remaining amount of money. And now he wants to change this amount back into dollars, which means from euro to dollars, we need to multiply this by 1.16. So the answer is $250. B. In 2021, Anu earns $37,000. He spent $12,400 on bills in 2021. Calculate the percentage of his earnings he spent on bills. So the amount that he spent is $12,400 over the total amount he earned, $37,000. And then we multiply this by 100%, so the answer is 33.5%. Second question, his earnings of $37,000 increased by 3.2% in 2022. So calculate his earning in 2022. So first we'll calculate the amount that he increased by multiplying 37,000 by 3.2%. And this is $1,184. Then his earning in 2022 is, we add 37,000 by the amount that he increased. And the answer is $38,184. This is one solution. And there is another solution. Suppose that at the beginning he earns $37,000, and this is corresponding to 100%. And if he increases this by 3.2%, then he will have 103.2%. And this will also give you the same answer, 38,184. And you can also explain that 37,000 multiplied by 100% is actually 1. So you can write 1 plus 3.2% is equal to $38,184. There are 3 different solutions for this. Question C. Anu invests $3,500. This is P, the amount that he invests. That pays a rate of 2.4% per year compound interest. This is the interest rate. And calculate the total interest earned at the end of 5 years, which means we want to find the value of I, and the time is 5 years. In compound interest, there's a formula for the total that he receives at the end. That is P multiplied by 1 plus R% on to the power of T. P is equal to 3,500 multiplied by 1 plus R% is 2.4%. To the power of T means to the power of 5. And then we want to find the interest. You know that the interest is equal to the total subject the principal. In this case, the total is 3,500 multiplied by 1 plus 2.4% onto the power of 5. Subtract the principal $3,500 and the answer is $440.65. Second question. Find the number of complete years before annual has at least 5,000 in this account. So, you know that the total amount of money is 3,500 multiplied by 1 plus 2.4% onto the power of t. And in this case, we want this amount to be at least $5,000, which means greater than or equal to 5,000. So we will type the left expression in the calculator and check what value of t can give you an answer of at least 5,000. 3,500 multiplied by 1 plus 2.4%. Percent means over 100. Then to the power of t. And we'll check the value of t that can give you at least 5,000. From question C, you see that if t is 5, then you only have around 3,900 and something. So we need t to be larger than 5. I'll try 6, not 5,000. So we go back and let's try 7, not 5,000. 8, no. 9, no. 10, no. 11, no. 12, no. 13, 14, 15, and 16. Now we see that the total is more than $5,000. So the number of complete years is 16. T is 16 years. To make sure that the account has at least $5,000. Question 3. The diagram shows a right-angled triangle ABC. The area of the triangle is 60 square centimeters. You know the formula for the area of the triangle is 1/2 of base times the height. In this case, 1/2 AB is 2x plus 5 and AC is x plus 3. And the area of this triangle is 60 square centimeters. So, I will multiply both sides by 2. So 2x plus 5 multiplied by x plus 3 is equal to 60 times 2 is 120. Now let's expand the brackets. 2x times x is 2x squared. 2x times 3 is 6x. 5 times x is 5x. 5 times 3 is 15. And the answer is 120. Now continue to simplify this. 6x plus 5x is 11x. And I also subtract both sides by 120. So the right-hand side is 0. Finally, 2x squared plus 11x. And now 15 minus 120 is negative 105 equals 0. And this is what we need to show. Question B. Solve by factorization. Now we need to solve this equation. First, it is a quadratic, so we need to find two numbers that multiply to get the first coefficient and the last constant. The product of these two, which is negative 210. And those two numbers must add up to the middle coefficient, which is 11. So which two numbers can satisfy this? They are 21 and negative 10. Because 21 multiplied by negative 10 is negative 210. And then 21 minus 10 is equal to 11. So I'll rewrite this as 2x squared. Instead of writing 11x, I will write 21x minus 10x. And then we rewrite negative 105 equals 0 again. For the first two terms, the common factor is x, then 2x plus 21 is left. For the second pair, the common factor can be negative 5. So we also have 2x. Negative 105 divided by negative 5 is positive 21. And now the new common factor is 2x plus 21, and x minus 5 is left. If this one is equal to 0, then 2x plus 21 is equal to 0, or x minus 5 is equal to 0. If 2x plus 21 is 0, then x will be negative 21 over 2, or you can write negative 10.5. And for the second equation, x minus 5 equals 0, then x is equal to 5. Third question, calculate angle ACB. ACB is this red angle. In this angle, we see that AB is the opposite side and AC is the adjacent. So we need to use TOE. Tan equals opposite over adjacent. If we have two values of x, one is positive and one is negative, then we should choose the positive one, because in this case, x can be the length of the side, so it should not be negative. So we choose x equals 5 in this case. If x equals 5, then 2x plus 5, AB is 2x plus 5 equals 2 times 5 plus 5 equals 15 centimeters. And AC is equal to x plus 3, which is 5 plus 3 equals 8 centimeters. And tan of the angle ACB is equal to opposite over adjacent, which is 15 over 8. So the angle ACB is equal to the inverse of tan, 15 over 8. So it is equal to 61.9 degrees. This is the answer for the third question. B. Triangle ABC. ABC is similar to triangle DEF. DEF. Triangle DEF has an area of 93.75 square centimeters. Find the size of the smallest angle in triangle DEF. In triangle ABC, you know that AB is 15 centimeters and AC is 8 centimeters, which means the angle B is smaller than the angle C, because B is opposite to 8 centimeters and C is opposite to 15 centimeters. So B is the smallest angle. Then in triangle DEF, the smallest angle should be E, because angle B is corresponding to angle E. So to find the value of the angle E, we'll find the value of the angle B. And angles A, B, C add up to 180 degrees. So to find the value of B, you need to know the value of A and C. A is 90 degrees because it's a right angle. And according to the previous question, the angle C is 61.9 degrees. So we will subtract them from 180. 90 and 61.9. We subtract them from 180 degrees. So the answer is 28.1 1 degrees. Question 2. Find the length of the shortest side in triangle DEF. In triangle ABC, the shortest side is AC. So in triangle DEF, the shortest side should be DF because they are corresponding sides. But to find the ratio of the length of the sides, we need to know the ratio of the areas. From question A, we know that the area of the triangle ABC is 60 square centimeters, and the area of the triangle DEF is 93.75 square centimeters. So I would say the area of the triangle ABC over the area of the triangle DEF is equal to the square of the length of the sides, which means the square of AC over DF. And the area of the triangle ABC is 60 square centimeters. Area of triangle DEF is 93.75 square centimeters. AC is equal to 8 centimeters. And now we need to find the length of DF. To do this, we'll write 8 squared means 64. And this is DF squared. So DF squared is equal to 93.75 multiplied by 64. Then we divide it by 60. And this is equal to 100. Then to find the value of DF, we'll take the square root of 100, which is 10. And the answer is 10 centimeters. Question 4. The table shows information about the height of 80 children, which means n equals 80. A. Write down the interval containing the median. You know, to find the position of the median, we use the formula n plus 1 over 2. In this case, n is 80 plus 1 over 2, which is 81 divided by 2 is 40.5, which means the median is the value between the 40th and the 41st value. So let's check. 2 plus 13 is 15. 15 plus 24 is 39. So the 40th and the 41st value is in this interval, which means the median is only in this interval. So we'll write the median is from 1.65 to 1.8. Second question, calculate an estimate of the mean height. To find the mean height, we need to find the middle value of each interval. 1.2 plus 1.4 is 2.6. 2.6 divided by 2 is 1.3. The middle value is 1.3. So we write 1.3 multiplied by the frequency 2. Next, the value between 1.4 and 1.5 is 1.45. Or you can add up them and then you divide it by 2. 1.45. So we multiply by 1.45 by the frequency 13. Next, to find the middle value of 1.5 and 1.65, you can add up them. 1.5 plus 1.65 is 3.15. And then we divide 3.15 by 2. Then the answer is 1.575. So we multiply 1.575 by the frequency 24. Then we add up 1.65 and 1.8 together to get 3.45. And then we divide 3.45 by 2. So it is 1.725. Similarly, I will multiply 1.725 by the frequency 32. And finally, the middle value of 1.8 and 1.9 is just 1.85. So I will add 1.85 multiplied by the frequency 9. Finally, we divide this total by n. In this case, n is 80, so we divide it by 80. And the answer is 1.63875 meters. This is an estimate of the mean height. B. One of these children is chosen at random. Calculate the probability that they have a height of 1.4 meters or less. So you know that there are 80 children in total. And how many children have a height of 1.4 meters or left? 1.4 meters or left is here. Only 2 children. So the probability is 2 out of 80, which means 1/40. Second question. 2 of these children are chosen at random. Calculate the probability that both children are taller than 1.5 meters, but only one of them is taller than 1.8, which means we want the probability that there are 2 children. Maybe both of them are taller than 1.5, but only one is greater than 1.8, which means maybe the first one is taller than 1.8 meters, but the second one is from 1.5 to less than 1.8 meters. Or maybe the first one is taller than 1.5, but less than 1.8 meter, and then the second one is greater than 1.8 meters. There are 2 cases. For the first one, you know that there are 80 children in total, and how many of them are taller than 1.8 meters? Only 9 students are taller than 1.8 meters. And there are 24 plus 32 children are taller than 1.5 but less than or equal to 1.8 meters. 24 plus 32. You know that 24 plus 32 is equal to 56 students. 56 students are taller than 1.5 but less than 1.8, and 9 children is taller than 1.8 meters. So we'll write down the first probability. It is 9 out of 80 children. And after you pick these children, there are only 79 students left. And in these 79 students, only 56 students are from 1.5 to 1.8 meters. Or we can say that there are 56 out of 80 children are from 1.5 to 1.8 meters. And after picking the student, we have 79 children left, and 9 out of them are taller than 1.8 meters. So you see that these 2 expressions have the same numerator and the same denominator. So I actually can multiply the numerator and the denominator together. Then I double it. So the answer is 63/395. Question C. Complete the cumulative frequency table for the height. To find the cumulative frequency table, we need to rewrite the frequency. 2, 13, 24, 32, 9. So I'll write 2, 13, 24, 32, 9. 2 plus 13 is 15. 2 plus 13 plus 24 is 39. 39 plus 32 is 71. 71 plus 9 is 80. Remember there are 80 children, so your final answer must be 80. If it's not 80, then you need to check the other values. Second question. On the grid, draw the cumulative frequency diagram. So at 1.4, there are 2 students. This one. At 1.5, there are 15 students. Here it is. At 1.65, there are 39 students. Here we go. At 1.8, there are 71 students. 71 children. Here it is. And at 1.9, there are 80 children. So we join these points together using a curved line. And that's how we draw the cumulative frequency diagram. D. Use your diagram to find an estimate of the interquartile range. You know the interquartile range is equal to the upper quartile subtract the lower quartile. To find the upper quartile, we'll find 75% of 80, which is 3/4 of 80 equals 60. So we start from 60 children. We move to the right and we touch this point. Then we move down to find the upper quartile. Here it is, Q3. The upper quartile is 1.74. And then we also find Q1, which is the lower quartile. To find the lower quartile, we find 25% of 80, which is 1/4 of 80 equals 20. So we also start from 20. We move to the right. Then we touch this point and we move down. So this one is the lower quartile and its value is 1.53. So Q3 is 1.74 and Q1 is 1.53. So the answer is 0.21 meters. Second question. Find the 60th percentile. To do this, you find 60% of 80, which is 48. So we'll start from 48. Here we go. We move to the right. And then we move down. So we see that the 60th percentile is 1.68. So the answer for this is 1.68. Remember, this is 48. We start from 48 and we end up at 1.68. Question 5. A. A cone has base diameter 8 centimeters. Base diameter. So from this we can find the radius. The radius is half of 8, which is 4 centimeters. And the perpendicular height is 15 centimeters. This one is the perpendicular height, 15 centimeters. And the radius is 4 centimeters. The first question, calculate the volume of the cone. You know that the volume of the cone is equal to 1/3 of pi r squared times height. So we substitute the radius is 4 centimeters and the height is 15 centimeters. So this one is equal to 80 pi or 251 cubic centimeters. Second question, A label completely covers the curved surface area of the cone, which means only the curved surface area, not the base area. Calculate the area of the label as a percentage. Area of the label as a percentage of the total surface area. So first, we will find the curved surface area. And you know the curved surface area is equal to pi RL. Notice that R is 4 centimeters and L is what we need to find. I'll use the blue color for the L. L is actually the slant height. The slant height is this one. This one is L. You see that the two red sides and the blue side make a right angle triangle, right? So L squared is the hypotenuse, is equal to 15 squared plus 4 squared. So L is equal to the square root of 15 squared plus 4 squared. I will write it here. The square root of 15 squared plus 4 squared. And this one is equal to 195 square centimeters. Then we also find the total surface area. It is equal to the curved surface area plus the base area. Base area. The curved surface area is 195 and the base area is pi r squared, which is pi 4 squared. And finally, we'll find the percentage of the curved surface area over total surface area, and we multiply it by 100%. So I will substitute curved surface area is 195 over total surface area, which is 195 plus pi times 4 squared is 16 pi. Then we multiply this by 100%. And the answer is 79.5%. Question B. An empty cylindrical container has radius of 0.45 meters. 300 liters of water is poured into the container at a rate 375 milliliters per second. So we know that 375 milliliters is corresponding to 1 second. So if we have 300 liters of water, 300 liters, and we multiply 300 by 1000 to get the number of milliliters, is corresponding to how many minutes and seconds. So to do this, we will divide 300,000 by 375. And it is equal to 800 seconds. And now we convert 800 seconds to minutes and seconds. You know that 800 seconds divided by 60 seconds, because 1 minute has 60 seconds, is equal to 13 remainder 20. So this means there are 13 minutes and 20 seconds is left. Second question, calculate the height of the water in the container. You know that the volume of the water in the container is equal to the base area multiplied by the height of the water. And the base area is equal to pi r squared. The radius in this case is 0.45 squared. And the height is what we want to find. You know that 0.45 is the unit of the radius is meter. So the unit of this volume is cubic meters. And on the other hand, we know that the volume of the water is 300 liters, and this is equal to 300 cubic decimeters. Then we need to convert this into cubic meters by dividing 300 by 1,000 cubic meters. So it is 0.3 cubic meters. So from these two, we can be sure that pi 0.45 squared height is equal to 0.3. So to find the value of the height, we divide both sides by pi 0.45 squared. And the answer is 0.472 meters. Question 6. A sequence has nth term n over 2n plus 3. Find the first three terms of this sequence. So when n equals 1, then the first term is 1 over 2 times 1 plus 3 equals 1/5. And when n equals 2, then 2 over 2 times 2 plus 3 equals 2 over 4 plus 3 is 7. And finally, when n equals 3, then 3 over 3, 2 times 3 plus 3 means 3 over 2 times 3 is 6, 6 plus 3 is 9. So the first three terms are 1/5, 2 sevenths, and 3 ninths. Second question, the kth term of this sequence is 12 over 25. So the kth term means k over 2k plus 3. And this is equal to 12 over 25. Now we cross multiply. K multiplied by 25 is equal to 2k plus 3 multiplied by 12. So this is 25k equals 2k times 12 means 24k. 3 times 12 means 36. Now we subtract 24k from both sides. So the right-hand side is 36 and the left-hand side is only 1k, which means k is equal to 36. B. Find the nth term of the sequence 6, 13, 32, 69, 130, and so on. So first of all, we need to find the difference between 6 and 13, which is 7. 13 plus 19 is 32. 69 minus 32 is 37. 130 minus 69 is 61. So the first difference is not the same. So we check the second difference. 19 minus 7 is 12. 37 minus 19 is 18. 61 minus 37 is 24. So the second difference is still not the same. Now we check the third difference. 18 minus 12 is 6. And 24 minus 8 is also 6. This means this sequence should be a cubic sequence. This should be a cubic sequence. And you know that the basic cubic sequence is n cubed. When n equals 1, 1 cubed is 1, 2 cubed is 8, 3 cubed is 27, 4 cubed is 64, and 5 cubed is 125. So let's check the sequence in the question. This sequence, it is 6, 13, 32, 69, and 130. So can you see the pattern between these two sequences? 1 to 6, 8 to 13, 27 to 32, 64 to 69, and 125 to 130. we add 5 to them, right? 27 plus 5 is 32, 64 plus 5 is 69, 125 plus 5 is 130. So we do the same thing for this. We add 5 to n cubed, so the new sequence is n cubed plus 5. So this is the final answer, n cubed plus 5. Second question, 150, 25, 12.5, and 6.25. So we see that each time we will divide the previous term by 2, or we say we multiply the previous term by 1/2. 25 times 1/2 is 12.5. 12.5 times 1/2 is 6.25, and so on. And the first term, T1, is 100. So this one is an exponential sequence. This is an exponential sequence. And you know the general form of an exponential sequence is Tn equals T1 multiplied by R to the power of n minus 1. In this case, T1 is 100, and R, the common ratio, is 1/2 to the power of n minus 1. So the final answer is 100 multiplied by 1/2 to the power of n minus 1. Question 7. The diagram shows the straight road between town A, town B, and town C. AC is 60 kilometers, CB is 87 kilometers, and B is due east of A. This means this is a right angle. This is a right angle. And if one of the angle is 38, then we can find the other angle. The angle CAB is equal to 90 minus 38 equals 52 degrees. So this one is 52 degrees. Now we need to show that the angle ACB, this one, is 95.1 degrees. Correct to 1 decimal place. So look at the triangle ABC. We know the length of AC and CB, and we also know the value of the angle A. So we may use the sin rule to find the angle ABC first. The sin rule says sin ACAB over BC is equal to sin ABC over the side AC. This means sin 52 degrees over 87 is equal to sin ABC over 60 kilometers. And from that we know that sin of the angle ABC is equal to 60 multiplied by sin 52 degrees over 87. Then if you want to find the angle ABC, you use the inverse of sin 60 sin 52 degrees over 87. And thus the angle ACB is 32.9 degrees. 32.9 degrees. This is 32.9. Now we want to find the angle ACB. So the angle ACB is equal to, you know, the sum of the three angles in a triangle is 180. So we subtract the angle A, 52 degrees, and the angle B, 32.9 degrees from 180. So the answer is 95.08 degrees. And when we round it to 1 decimal place, it is 95.1 degrees. B. Without stopping, a car travels from town A to town C, then to town B, before returning directly to town A. The total time taken for the journey is 3 hours and 20 minutes. Calculate the average speed of the car for this journey. Give your answer in kilometers per hour. So according to the DST triangle, if we want to find the speed, then we need to divide the distance by the time. In this case, the distance means we travel from town A to C. This is AC. And then we travel from C to B. And then we return to town A. So we see that the total distance is actually AC plus CB plus BA. Or we can say it is the perimeter of the triangle ABC. And the total time is 3 hours and 20 minutes. You know that 20 minutes means 3 hours 20 minutes is equal to 3 hours plus 20 over 60 hours. And 20 over 60 means 1/3, so it is 3 1/3 of an hour. So I would say the total time is 3 over 1/3 of an hour. And remember to write your answer in kilometers per hour. So the total distance must be in kilometers. This one is in kilometer. And the time is in hours. So let's find the perimeter of the triangle ABC first. In the triangle ABC, we know the length of AC and CB already. So now we need to find the length of AB. To find the length of AB, you know that the angle C is 95.1 degrees. So we can apply the cos rule. The cos rule says that AB squared is equal to AC squared plus CB squared minus 2 times AC times CB multiplied by cos of the angle ACB. In this case, AC is 60 kilometers, CB is 87 kilometers, and AC is 60, CB is 87. Cos of the angle ACB means cos of 95.1 degrees. So this is AB squared. And if you want to find the length of AB, you take the square root of all of these. So AB is equal to 109.9866. Then we want to find the total distance. The total distance is equal to AB plus BC plus CA. So AB is 109.9866, BC is 87, and CA is 60 kilometers. So the total distance is 256.9866 kilometers. Now, if we want to find the speed, we'll divide the total distance by the time, which means 256.9866 divided by 3 1/3 hours. So the speed is 77.1 kilometers per hour. And that's the final answer for question B. Question 8a. Show that the equation y equals x minus 4, x plus 1, and x minus 2 can be written as y equals x cubed minus 5x squared plus 2x plus 8. So we'll expand the brackets. X times x is x squared. x times 1 is x, minus 4 times x means minus 4x, negative 4 times 1 is negative 4. Then we multiply this by x minus 2, and we simplify x minus 4x is negative 3x minus 4. Now x squared times x is x cubed. X squared times negative 2 is negative 2x squared. Negative 3x times x is negative 3x squared. Negative 3x times negative 2 is positive 6x. Negative 4 times x is negative 4x. Negative 4 times negative 2 is positive 8. Now we simplify this again. Negative 2 minus 3 is negative 5x squared. 6x minus 4x is positive 2x plus 8. So y is equal to x cubed minus 5x squared plus 2x plus 8. Second question, on the diagram, sketch the graph of y equals x cubed minus 5x squared plus 2x plus 8, indicating the values where the graph crosses the axis. You know that the equation of the two axes is, for the x-axis, the equation is y equals 0, and for the y-axis, the equation is x equals 0. So we'll substitute x equals 0 and y equals 0 into the equation. So when x equals 0, y is equal to 0 cubed minus 5 times 0 squared plus 2 times 0 plus 8. And the answer is 8. So it crosses the y-axis at the point 0, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Here it is. The first point. And when y equals 0, then the equation becomes x cubed minus 5x squared plus 2x plus 8 equals 0. And you will use your calculator to help you solve this cubic equation. Then x can be negative 1, x can be 4, and x can be 2. So we'll plot the point negative 1, 0 here, the first point, and 4, 0, 2, 0. This is 2, 0, 3, and this is 4, 0. So we have 3 points on the x-axis. You know that the general form of a cubic function is that if a is positive, you know ax cubed plus bx squared plus cx plus d. If a is positive, then the graph will be like this, and if a is negative, then the graph will be like this. In this case, we see that a is 1. A is a positive number. The coefficient of x cubed is a positive number. So the graph will be like this. Question B. The graph of y equals x cubed minus 5x squared plus 2x plus 8 has two tangents of gradient of 10. So we find the equation of these two tangents. You know that to find the gradient of the tangent, we need to find the derivative of the graph, which means the derivative of x cubed is 3x squared. The derivative of x squared is 2x, and the derivative of 2x is only 2. The derivative of 8 is 0. So we'll simplify this as 3x squared minus 10x plus 2. And you know that the gradient of these two tangents is 10. This means 3x squared minus 10x plus 2 is equal to 10. So we'll simplify this equation by subtracting both sides by 10. 2 minus 10. So this becomes 3x squared minus 10x minus 8 equals 0. You can use your calculator to solve this equation, and the two values for x is 4 or x is equal to negative 2/3. If x is equal to 4, then y is equal to 4 cubed minus 5 times 4 squared plus 2 times 4 plus 8. So y is equal to 0. And then we need to find the equation of this tangent. You know that this tangent has a gradient of 10. And we also know the 2 points. And we also know that the tangent passes through the point 4, 0. And the gradient is 10. So we will use these two to find the equation of the tangent. You know the general form of the tangent of a straight line is y equals mx plus c. In this case, y is 0, m is 10, and x is 4, plus c. So to find the value of c, we subtract both sides by 10 times 4, which is negative 40. So the equation of the first tangent is y equals 10x minus 40. This is the first tangent. And now let's talk about the second tangent. If x is negative 2/3, then y is equal to negative 2/3 cubed minus 5 times negative 2/3 squared plus 2 times negative 2/3 plus 8. And this is equal to 112 over 27. So now you know that the tangent has a gradient of 10, and it passes through the point negative 2/3, 112 over 27. So we also substitute this into the general form. Y equals mx plus c. In this case, y is 112 over 27, m is 10, x is negative 2/3, plus c. So to find the value of c, we subtract 10 times negative 2/3 from 112 over 27. And the answer for C is 292 over 27. So the equation of this line is y equals 10x plus 292 over 27. So this is the second answer. Now we'll write down the answer again. Y equals 10x minus 40 and y equals 10x plus 292 over 27. Question 9. A. Simplify these expressions. So it is 3 cubed multiplied by x squared, then cubed, multiplied by y to the power 4 cubed. So 3 cubed is 27, and x squared times 3 is x to the power of 2 times 3 is 6, and then 4 times 3 is 12. So the answer is 27, x to the power of 6, y to the power of 12. Second question. We will need to remove the negative sign by using the reciprocal of this, x to the power of 16, y to the power of 8 over 16 on to the power of 3 over 2. Now we remove the negative sign. So now I will split this expression into x to the power of 16 on to the power of 3 over 2 times y to the power of 8 on to the power of 3 over 2. And 16 to the power of 3 over 2. For the first term, 16 multiplied by 3 over 2 means 3 times 8 equals 24. For the second expression, 8 times 3 over 2 means 4 times 3 equals 12. And finally, for this, 16 to the power of 3 over 2 means the square root of 16 to the power of 3. And you know that this is x to the power of 24, y to the power of 12. The square root of 16 is 4. Then 4 cubed is 64. So the answer is x to the power of 24, y to the power of 12 over 64. B. Factorize x squared minus 9. You know that 9 means 3 squared. So x squared minus 3 squared is x minus 3 times x plus 3. Second question, we simplify this expression. For the denominator, 2xy minus 6y plus 5x minus 15. For the first pair, the common factor is 2y, and then we have x minus 3 left. For the second pair, the common factor is 5, and then we have x minus 3 is left in the brackets. Now the new common factor is x minus 3, and we have 2y plus 5 left. So that's how we factorize the denominator. Now let's talk about the expression again. X squared minus 9 is x minus 3 times x plus 3. And the denominator is x minus 3 times 2y plus 5. So we can cancel x minus 3. Then the answer is x plus 3 over 2y plus 5. C. Solve the simultaneous equations. You must show on your working and give your answer correct to 2 decimal places. From the second equation, we know that y is equal to 5x squared plus 2x minus 13. So we substitute this into the y in the first equation. So the first equation, 2x, instead of writing plus y, I'll write plus 5x squared plus 2x minus 13. This is the value of y, and it is equal to 7. And now we simplify this equation. 5x squared, 2x plus 2x is 4x minus 13. I will subtract both sides by 7. So this becomes 5x squared plus 4x minus 20 equals 0. And this is a quadratic equation with the coefficient of x squared is 5, the coefficient of x is 4, and the constant is negative 20. So according to the quadratic formula, x is equal to negative b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. b is 4, so negative b is negative 4, plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4 times a times c all over 2 times a. And you can use your calculator to do this. It is gonna be negative 2 plus or minus 2 times the square root of 26 over 5. And after you have the value of x, you will look at this again. 2x plus y is equal to 7. Then y is equal to 7 minus 2x. We subtract 2x from both sides. So we'll substitute x back into this to find the value of y. Remember, y is equal to 7 minus 2x, and x is negative 2 plus or minus 2 root 26 over 5. So we'll use the calculator to give the answer correct to 2 decimal places. The positive value for x is 1.64 and the negative value is negative 2.44. The corresponding value for the positive x is y equals 3.72, and if x is negative, y is 11.88. Question 10. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H is a cuboid with a square base of side x centimeters. CG is 20 centimeters. And AG is 28 centimeters. So we calculate the value of x. First, look at the triangle AGC. This is a right angle triangle. And in this triangle, we can find the value of AC squared by subtracting GC squared from AG squared. AG squared is 28 squared and GC squared is 20 squared. And this one is equal to 384. And when you look at the triangle ACB, the triangle ABC is like this, ABC. It is also a right angle triangle, and the side AB, the side BC is x. So, in this case, AC squared is equal to AB squared plus BC squared, which means x squared plus x squared equals 2x squared. And now, we know that these two values must be equal to each other. So, 2x squared is equal to 384. We divide both sides by 2. Then to find the value of x, we need to take the square root of 384 over 2. So the answer is 8 root 3, which is 13.9. Question B. The diagram shows a different cuboid JKLM and PQR. MR is equal to 30 centimeters. This is MR, 30 centimeters. Correct to the nearest centimeter. And KR is 37. This one, 37 centimeters. Also correct to the nearest centimeter. Calculate the lower bound of the angle between KR and the base JKLM. The angle between KR and the base, you see that the HRM is perpendicular to the base JKLM. So the angle between KR and the base is actually the angle between KM and KR. We want to find this angle. And this is a right angle triangle. And in this triangle, you see that the side 30 centimeters is the opposite to the angle K. And the side 37 is the hypotenuse. So opposite over hypotenuse means we use sin. Sin of the angle RKM is equal to RM over RK. RM is 30, and RK is 37 centimeters. So to find the angle RKM, we need to use the inverse of sin, 30 over 37. And if you want to find the lower bound of the angle RKM, so we use the inverse of sin. The lower bound of the side 30 centimeters divided by the upper bound of the side 37 centimeters. So this is what we want to find. Lower bound of 30 centimeters and upper bound of 37 centimeters. Remember, the angle between KR and the base is the angle RKM. So let's check this one. MR is 37 centimeters, correct to the nearest centimeter. And this one is also correct to the nearest centimeters. So we divide 1 centimeter by 2. So the answer is 0.5 centimeters. So MR, 30 centimeters. We will add and subtract 0.5 to this. 30 plus 0.5 and 30 minus 0.5. So MR is smaller than 30.5 centimeters and greater than or equal to 29.5 centimeters. This is the upper and lower bound for MR. And remember, MR is 30 centimeters. So if we want the lower bound of 30 centimeters, which means we will use 29.5 centimeters for this. So the numerator is 29.5 centimeters. And now let's talk about the side KR. KR is equal to 37 centimeters. So it is smaller than or equal to 37 plus 0.5 and greater than or equal to 37 minus 0.5. So KR is less than 37.5 centimeters and greater than or equal to 36.5 centimeters. And if we want to find the upper bound of KR, then we use 37.5 centimeters. So we divide this by 37.5. And I also need to write the inverse of sin of this again. So the answer is 51.9 degrees. This is the end of the test.